Okay, everybody, let's welcome our teams with the byes this week. We have captain of Range Goats GC, Bubba Watson, captain of Four Aces GC, Dustin Johnson, and the captain of Torque GC, Joaquin Niemann. We are missing Bryson DeChambeau from Crushers GC. I'm sure he will be here shortly.
He's hitting range balls.
Probably.
We're going to get this going. Well, welcome, guys, and congratulations on the bye. You guys are back at Trump Doral, Miami. Tell us a little bit about your experience with this course last year and if you're excited to be back this year.
Well, the Niblets weren't very good last year, and I was commentating. It was cool for me, obviously watching DJ and his team, the Aces, dominate. But it was cool because I got to make the call for Patrick Reed on hole 2. He had about a 10-footer for birdie, and, it was so close coming down the stretch. And so being able to make that call when he had a 10-footer, if he makes it, pretty much gave them the win, but he still had to play 18. So it was cool being able to see it, feel it, and be a part of it in a different way. So I'm just excited to be here and know that we have a bye. And I want that chance on Sunday to have a chance, be the top 4, the top 4 teams have a chance.
And Dustin, what was your memory last year from winning?
Yeah, I mean, it was totally new experience, but it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, like Bubba said, it came down to the last hole, which is, it pretty much came down to me and Cam on 18. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't that far of a putt, but it still was. I was definitely a little shaky over it. I'm not gonna lie, but it was a lot of fun though. And yeah, I don't think you could have drawn it up any better though, the way it finished, where it literally came down. Yeah, I watched Patrick make the putt on 2 because we had the scoreboard there. And then, obviously knew I just needed the 2-putt for us to win. But, yeah, I think, hopefully this year we got a chance again on Sunday. Obviously we got to make it to Sunday, but if you make it to Sunday, any team has a chance. So.
And Joaquin, you had a very different team last year. You were able to build your team in the offseason, and now you have one of the strongest teams out here. Are you looking forward to entering this week in that position?
Yeah, obviously last year was a little different. I think this year we got a really strong team. And yeah, like these two guys said, I mean, I was watching on Sunday from the TV, and it was pretty cool to see what was going on between the 4 guys and the 4 aces. You had to make good putts in the last couple of holes to be winning the tournament, and you can feel the atmosphere, the pressure that they have. So it would be nice to be in that position. We have to play a good match on Saturday and hopefully be up there fighting for Sunday, so it will be fun.
And how important is the bye from like a rest perspective, since you guys just came off the week in Jeddah, but also just from it's one less day you guys have to compete? And
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's one less chance you have to get knocked out too. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's match play, I mean.
Yeah, it's match play. Anything can happen. Doesn't matter if it's the best team playing the worst team. It's golf. Whatever team's playing has a chance to win. Doesn't matter. You can be favored or not, but it's really easy to have a bad day on the golf course.
Yeah.
A golf course like this, I mean, not easy.
And do you guys all love match play? Is it one of your favorites? I know it's a fan favorite for sure.
Love it when I win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this, like they were saying, this place is tough. This place is so long when it gets windy. I mean, it's going to be fun doing match play, but yeah, I mean, it's anybody. You have to be grinding because anybody can win at any moment.
So on Friday, you guys are going to get to make your picks for who you're playing on Saturday. You obviously don't know who your options are going to be yet, but do you guys think that there's a team to beat out here? Start with you, Wako.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Saturday, I think the strongest 2 teams, what I think is you got to be the Stingers and the Fireballs. But yeah, I mean, it's match play. Friday, everything could happen. They could probably not make it, or they could make it. So yeah, I think we got to wait until Friday to see what happens and then make our picks.
And DJ, who do you think is the team to beat this year?
I mean, like you said, obviously Saturday is the important day. Most likely, I mean, I guess I could pick one of these teams. I'm not going to, but I could.
Good.
Yeah, don't worry. But we got to wait and see who wins their matches Friday afternoon, and then we kind of will sit down and talk and figure out, what team do we match up the best against and give ourselves the best chance to win, because all we're trying to do is get to Sunday, because it starts all over Sunday, and it's a shootout, 18-hole shootout for the team championship.
And Bubba, you have taken the captain role very seriously, mentoring all your guys. What are you doing this week with the team to kind of get them into competition mode and ready to win?
We're going to go off-site tomorrow, hang out, play a little golf up the street there. We might have another team that's going to have a little match against. And
Get ready. You better practice today.
there is a team called the Aces that we're going to hang out with and try to beat. But it'll be fun. We want to just kind of loosen up, and we have that time. The bye gives us the opportunity to do that. It's time to get out and just kind of enjoy the team atmosphere and have fun with some other guys, and then get ready for Saturday and hopefully pull it out.
Awesome. Good luck, guys. I'm going to kick it over to Mike.
So DJ, last year, as we mentioned, you guys were the dominant team. This year, do you feel like you're coming in with a bit of a different vibe? Maybe there's more depth amongst the other teams that are competing against?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously after last year, just with the guys that signed and are played this year, the team's got a lot more kind of evenly. There's say the top 6 teams are all really solid and have a chance to win. So where last year we felt like coming in, I think we pretty much won every tournament. So it was one of those we never thought there was anything that was going to happen other than us winning. Yeah, obviously this year, we won a couple times, and Torquay won a bunch. They won a couple times, so it's the teams are a lot more even, and yeah, it's going to be a tough match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Bubba and Joaquin, about chasing the Aces, you guys have talked about them all season. Now that you're finally here, do you feel like there's really not that much difference between your teams and DJ's team? Bubba?
The difference is they have, the history of Liv. They're the only team to win, so we're trying to get a trophy on our mantle as well. We want to win as a team, and yeah, I mean, all these teams are getting better. Like Phil said yesterday, after this offseason, the Liv's going to get even better. So it's going to be more competition next year. And right now, the Aces are the team we're all trying to chase. We all want that trophy like they have. But everybody has a chance to win. I mean, the teams are getting especially on Saturday, the teams are going to get tighter and tighter. And then Sunday, every ball counts. So hopefully I don't throw up on myself.
Yeah, I think that obviously the Aces are the ones to beat. I mean, they won it last year, and we gotta try hard to take their trophy out of their hands. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be. I mean, it's a lot of golf to happen, and anything could happen these next 2 days. So, yeah, we're excited to see what's gonna happen on Sunday, and hopefully it goes our way.
One last question for me, DJ. Just wanted to get your reaction to Taylor winning the individual champion this year. Obviously, he was a teammate last year.
I mean, obviously Taylor's a really good player. He's had a great year. He won 3 times, I think. Finished second once or twice too. So, I mean, he had an unbelievable year. He deserved to win, and he played better than all of us. So, excited for him. I mean, obviously I'd have liked to challenge him a little bit more, but. Yeah, I didn't have the greatest year, but still did okay.
Bubba, you mentioned it a little bit earlier. You had a different role with Liv last year, but now that you've kind of been in your captaincy role for a year, been directly involved, how have you kind of seen the league change over the year, and what would you like to see evolved for next year and going forward?
Man, there's a lot of stuff there. For me personally, it's learning. It's learning how to be an owner / captain and get people to do things, but also practice golf at the same time. And coming off surgery, 9 months off, trying to get the knee right and feel better and all these things, get the muscles firing the right way. It was a big learning process for me. So there's a lot I had to learn in a short period of time, and I'm still learning. Haven't perfected it yet, but I got the right team around me helping me. That's the thing that I see that I'm learning about this, and then being behind the scenes, learning about Liv and seeing where it's going, it's pretty special. And seeing the interest of players outside of Liv wanting to come here, it's pretty cool being part of a franchise and being able to be a part of the opening of this and being a piece of it, right?
What do you guys make of the mix of stroke play and match play for the format? Do you like that? And is it kind of tough to switch from match play mode to stroke play for that final round, DJ?
No, I mean, I think we don't play that much match play throughout the year, but so when we do play it, it's nice. But I mean, I think Sunday having the top 4 teams battle out for the trophy with all 4 scores counting, I think is great just because it takes a complete team effort to win. You know, match play, even if we did all singles, you know, or whatever it is, you know, 3 guys could play good and 1 guy not, and you still win. But on this one, all 4 guys have to play well if you want to win.
And then, Bubba, I know you said you're doing a little match with the aces and stuff. Are you guys going to plan on, like, work out some pairings, or are you going to treat it like you would, like a competitive round out here, or how's that going to work, do you think?
We'll just match. We'll just throw balls in the air, whatever we do, and I'm going to call out DJ and play him straight up. Your question you said earlier, there's one thing that I wish that if I was looking at it, and we're going to look at it this offseason, is right now the league is dictating captains play against captains. So on Saturday or Friday, and then on Saturday, captains play against captains. I'd rather we can pick and choose. Like, I'd rather put Taylor out first, right? He's played pretty good this year. So that's the one thing in the league that I wish we could change, just so that if DJ called us out, I could put him against Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So, but then that would be a good TV matchup, right? Because y'all are going to create the drama, and they're just going to be friends but trying to beat each other. And so that's the one thing I wish we would change, just so we can make those kind of matchups, or kind of like the Ryder Cup and President's Cup. You pick your players where you want them to be and who you want them to play against and all that.
Bubba, you talk about Liv getting better. If you look at the offseason, you put your captain's hat on, how would your team get better? Like, what's your plan in the offseason?
I mean, just for me, I've changed my diet over the last month. I'm trying to look at it differently and how to train and how to get ready for golf. So that's the first thing. I'm the weak link right now on our team. I've had some good rounds. I've had a couple finishes, but Sundays have been a struggle. And so that's where I have to make the team better, I got to play better. And we had 2 guys play pretty good. They both finished, I think Harold finished 7th, and the other one finished number 1. So I've got to play better. Thomas was thrown into the fire at the last minute, right? We had a person get injured. Thomas got thrown in there 3 days before tournament started in Mexico. So Thomas is learning, trying to figure it all out. He didn't really know what Liv was all about. He knew some of the details, but not all the details. So those are the 2 things that we would fix, just get more communication as a team, but then me get better as a player. The other stuff will work itself out, getting the right T-shirts and shirts. And
This for all you, but maybe start with Bubba. You mentioned team over and over again. You play most of your careers as individuals in stroke play. How do you adjust to being part of a team, having to coordinate that, having to pump everyone up?
For Americans, we've played high school golf as a team, played college golf as a team, and we love it. College sports takes over right now as we're watching football, but so we miss that. The biggest events, Ryder Cup and President's Cup, right? Team events. So for us, this is what golf needed. I think golf needed this around the world, and that's what we're doing. And to pump people up, you don't have to pump Harold up. You don't have to pump Taylor up. I mean, we all get fired up. Once that bell goes off, shotgun goes off, fireworks go off, whichever one it is that week, we get excited and try to do our best.
DJ?
Yeah, I mean, for me, same thing. Obviously, yeah, our whole career we played individual, well, other than high school, college. But for me, I really enjoyed, I really loved high school and college golf. It was a lot of fun, traveling with the team, playing with them, practicing. And so, yeah, it's something different, and I've really enjoyed it the last 2 seasons, and looking forward to, everything to come in the future.
Same for me. I mean, I grew up in Chile. We did a lot of team events, country events, where we play all around South America and around the world. And since I was 12 years old, I was going outside the country with 3 other guys playing as a team. And all my junior golfing career was all with teammates. And it was always super fun to have practice round with them, try to get better with them, practice with them. And then, on tour, on PA Tour, I played probably 4 years, and I kind of miss a little bit that. And to be able to do that with 3 other guys that are there trying to be their best at golf is pretty cool. So you can feel your energy with those guys and try to get better all together.
Bubba, as Taylor's captain, what's it been like to kind of watch his success this year, and also your thoughts about him not really having a path into majors next year?
2 parts there. First part, it's really, I've been watching him. I've been learning from him. watching how he goes about his business. It's a business, and he's in the gym. Gosh, on the way to Saudi Arabia, tell the inside story. On the way to Saudi Arabia, there's an airport that has a full gym in it. Doha, maybe? I'm not sure. And while he had the layover, he went in there and was training while he was waiting on the plane to Saudi Arabia. So he was working on it. There's a lap pool in there as well. So he was working on it in between flights. But that's who he is. He's trying to get better. Well, we keep talking about that. He's trying to get better that way, so that gives him more energy, gives him more time to practice on the course. So I've been inspired watching him, just learning from him, seeing how he does it, how he goes about it. So you're not really doing much. When you have a player like that keeps his head down and just grinds it out, you can learn from somebody like that. And the second part was the majors. I've been saying since the beginning of LIV is that we shouldn't go after world ranking points. We should go after top 10, top 15 on the money list. Our points list on LIV should get in the majors. Makes it easy. These guys are so good. The top 10 this year can play against anybody. You can make a U.S. team. You can make a European team. They can play with anybody, our top 10. So that's how you should get in the majors, and I've been saying that forever. Forget points. Just go straight off the money list, and these 10 get in or these 15 get in. Trying to get more people, so 15.
Maybe for the three of you, if you set the rankings aside, you got to find another way to get in. Bubba and Bryson have offered an idea. What about Dustin or Joaquin?
Yeah, for me, I think it's completely different. I mean, these guys, they already won majors. They won the Master. They have a chance to always go back to the majors. And for me, it's kind of like right in between because I don't have the world ranking right now, but I know I have the game to be competing on the majors and be winning majors. So it's been kind of hard not having the option of being on the majors right now. I mean, trying to figure out what could I do to get into the majors, knowing that I don't know what's going to happen next year, if they're going to give spots to league players. Like Bubba said, that they are ready to compete on those tournaments and try to win them. So for me, I'm on that same page. I'm working hard every day to get better. I want to win majors, and I want to have my chance to be playing on those. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully there is some way that we can get into those events.
And a question about this week. Do you as captains have a sort of draft board? Teams that you wouldn't mind facing out of this group of 8, or teams that you definitely want to avoid out of this group of 8?
I mean, yeah, I think we probably all have our notes down of what teams we want to play and what teams we don't. Obviously, it'll be a lot easier Friday when we figure out which 4 teams win, and then we'll kind of go from there. But until then, I mean,
we did the first goal. We got the bye.
Yeah.
That's our first goal. One less match that we have to worry about.
Everyone will get a chance.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Joaquin, I just wanted to follow up on the world ranking thing. Obviously, you and Taylor are kind of the guys that this impacts the most, not having won majors and being young, up-and-coming players. How much did you consider that when you made the decision to come to LIV? Did you think that your ranking wouldn't drop as fast as it has? Did you weigh all those issues?
Yeah, obviously it was something that I considered, but then I knew the vision that LIV had on helping the game grow, and I thought about it like the majors, they should do something to the majors is all about having the best players in the world competing against each other, and there is a few guys here that are on that bag that has to be competing with those guys all together playing for the majors, where are the best players in the world, and I think there is a lot of those guys right here that they're not able to play on the majors right now. So yeah, for me, it's been a little bit frustrating the last couple of months, knowing that I'm going to be outside the top 50 and I'm going to be able to get into the majors. I'm going to have to try to go play a different tours to try to win, world ranking. But I still think it won't be enough to make it, because all the world rankings now are on the PA Tour, and it's hard to be going higher in the world rankings. So, yeah, hopefully they find a way to have the best players in the world in the majors. That's all it is.
I think we have Bryson is walking up right now.
He can wait till we're done.
Yeah, tell him that.
Yeah, no.
We're full.
Yeah. I'm not sitting up here while
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
He can
I'm
wait till
curious
we're done.
For
Go
you
ahead.
guys, there's been a lot of talk about potential investors in franchises, buyers of franchises. Where are you guys in that process? Is that something you handle? Is it something you let your manager handle? Is it an end of season type thing? How's that process going?
I think every captain's going to be different.
I think it's got all of the above, though, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have to get on board. We have a board on each team. I'm one of the board members of my team, and so you have to meet and see what's good and bad. The evaluation, it's not a small number. We're pretty high up, and luckily I've had a franchise. I've been part of a AA baseball team, so I know how things work and run, and been a part of those discussions about things. But I think every team's going to be different. Some people want to know more. Some people just want to play golf. So it just depends on which team you're talking about and who it is. And I want to know everything. I want to be a part of it. I want to move it forward and make the Range Goats well known.
And so level of 1 to 10, what's the interest level been from outside investors and potential buyers?
I've had a few people.
DJ or Joaquin?
Yeah, I would say along the same lines. There's quite a bit of interest. Obviously, like you said, each team's going to differ. We have some interest. We'll probably, we'll get more into that in the off season once we're done after this week. But, it's, I don't know. I'm in the same boat as Bubba, like learning. Before it's kind of all, just focused on golf. Now I'm, focused on golf and trying to manage the team and sponsors and all this other stuff. So it's kind of a learning curve of how to, divide your time. But that's why I just kind of pushed everything off till the off season, and then I'll kind of dig more into that side of the things.
Yeah, I'm about to say, right now, pretty focused on doing well on the golf course. I think the better we do on the golf course, everything gets a little bit easier. But yeah, I'm lucky to have a great team to be supporting me on every aspect of how to run a business like Torque.
But to answer your question, anywhere from 10 to 20 people have asked to buy the Range Goats. There was 3 at Singapore, and then after Singapore, the floodgates opened. There was even more. It's been talked this week. I've met with the people this week too. There's quite a few.
Hey guys, Pro Golf Critic. Congrats on getting in the top 4. So we're 2 seasons in, and I'm curious from a leadership perspective. What do you think are maybe the 1 or 2 things that you guys have learned about yourselves, kind of as leaders of LIV, leaders of your teams? What have you kind of learned about yourself the last couple of years?
I don't know. I'm pretty old, so I know myself pretty well.
You know your mistakes already.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of learning.
So he's still young. So when I was going through my mental issues a few years ago, 2017 was my worst. I learned about chasing points, right? Chasing FedEx points, chasing world ranking points, trying to make it to the Olympics, trying to the money list, whatever. That's what I was letting dictate my life. And so after 17, when I finally came out of my my lowest point of my life, I realized that world rankings and FedEx points and all these things, it was my job. It wasn't something that should be dictating how I felt or how I felt inside. So that's what I learned that. And so going back to all these world ranking points, that's where I think it should just be money list. If you play great that year, you get in. And I think every tour should be that way. Obviously, the PGA Tour has more people, so they're going to have a bigger chunk of their money list in the majors. We're a smaller group, so we have a smaller chunk. And that's how it should be, instead of putting rankings on people. You can't rank somebody that plays in a different event. So anyway, that was my tangent off that. But that's what I've learned about myself, is I've got to focus more on the important things, and golf is just something I love to do and I challenge myself with.
No. That's good. Right sometime.
Hey guys, Teddy Fenton with Luckiest Golfers on Earth. You guys were talking about the interest of outside parties wanting to invest in your team. do you guys have a timeline? Like if a Walmart, a McDonald's, a Coca-Cola came and just offered an insane amount of money, are you guys in a position to make a deal? Or is it, hey, we're not going to sign anything until this date? Can you let us in on a little of that?
No, they can buy us right now.
Yeah, you can buy us right now if you want.
Whip out the checkbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hold
Cash,
on, let me get my
straight cash.
checkbook.
For me, though, it's really, I've tried to align myself with, where I've been ambassadors of different companies throughout my career. It's something that like fits me. I don't want to change who I am as a person, so it's got to be something that fits me.
Okay.
So yeah, it would have. I don't want just some random company. I don't care how much money it is. I want something that fits the mold. What I want the team motto to be. What I want. So this is my baby. Starting it from scratch, color schemes and everything in the name, and so that's why GOAT golfers on a team, right?
Right.
And also the other one is grow on a team. So that's where GOAT is, not greatest of all time. I changed it to the mold that I want. So I want a company or a group of people to be in the same line as I'm in, but also have a lot of money.
What about you, DJ?
I was going to say.
Same. I mean, yeah, obviously, anytime you're bringing in a partner or investor, that you'll meet with them, and and hopefully it, you fit or you get along, and it kind of like Bubba said, it fits your kind of your vision of where your team's going, and hopefully they have the same vision, or it'd be tough to kind of work together if you don't have the same kind of vision. So.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's really important that you sit down and meet and go through a long process of vetting, and just so you can get the right partners's.
Waka, you in the same
I would
camp?
like to have something that fits our team, something that fits our 4 players, where our goals, and I mean, there's always brands that we like to work with, something that is with our personality, but yeah, there's always a number, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All that's out the window for the right now.
One quick follow-up. We all know Taylor Gooch is the man. Like, he had an unbelievable season.
He got a nice ring, too. He's a beautiful ring he got.
I know, Bubba, you have zero buyer's remorse. But, DJ, any seller's remorse at all?
Well, I didn't have any. I really wasn't involved in it. So.
Oh
no.
Okay.
To answer your question, no.
All right.
Yeah. No, I love my team and happy with it. I mean, even though they got a ringer, they still struggled to keep up. So.
That is true. This old man needs to get better.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Joaquin, one quick follow-up. You mentioned trying to find starts maybe on other tours to help your position. Anything can happen in 6 months. I think we realize that. But are you even thinking now about, I got to sign up for U.S. Open qualifying. I've got to sign up for Open Championship Open
definitely.
qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, I'm going to try everything that I can to do to get into the majors. I'm not going to just sit down and wait for an invite. I mean, I think I gotta get closer to that goal, and I think whatever it takes to get into the majors, I mean, I'll try to.
Bubba, DJ, you're both Masters champions. You have any pull with the chairman in terms of those type of things?
I'm just glad I got an invite. Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to keep that invite coming in the mail. So, I would imagine that all the majors are talking, and I mean, I don't know this. It's just what I assume that there's some thing that they're trying to work out to figure out how it is to get the best players playing in their tournament. So,
but if sorry,
no, go ahead.
But if anybody asks, me and DJ, everybody else on Live, we're fighting for everybody. We're fighting everybody to have a chance. So if they came and asked us the question, yes, we would tell them that we need guys in the majors. There's guys that deserve it.
For sure.
DJ deserves it.
Thanks, guys.
Last one over here, guys.
Bubba, you talked about improvement coming, more, I guess, new players. Phil yesterday said he knows a next wave is coming. What do you actually kind of envision this looking like this offseason in terms of that aspect?
I mean, truthfully, at some point down the road, I want to keep playing. But at some point, I'm gonna back away. Right, I want to be that owner that shows up at the tournaments cheers the guys on, get the younger crowd in, better golfers. I've told my team since the start, if you don't think I'm good enough, then let's get somebody better. Put them in there, and I'll just sit out, right? Like I'll cheer you on from the other side of the ropes. I'll sit in the air-conditioned box and watch y'all play golf in the heat. So, it's one of those things that, I want to play golf. I want to compete, but at some point, age is going to win, right? Age always wins. And so at that point, I'm hoping that my team comes to me with arms open, and we hug it out, and we find somebody younger and better, stronger, faster, all those things. And right now, in the short term, there's open spots. There's people, there's interest. There's people calling. There's people texting, even me, and I don't have any pool, So they're asking for help to try to get in the league. Phil knows it. We all know it. The high-ups know it. And we're just working through the details right now behind the scenes to see what fits and what makes sense for the league getting better and improving.
So no concern in terms of, like, player acquisition possibilities, like a case like Joaquin and OWGR points kind of having that resolution for now at least. Any concern of that quelling any of that interest?
No, I think it'll be coming soon. Again, I have no idea. Nobody's called me and asked me, but it's common sense. Writing's on the wall that something is going to change in the near future. And if it doesn't, Liv's going to be pretty good for a long time.
In regards to?
Everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Great. Thank you guys so much. Good luck.
Thank you. Bryson's next, everybody. So y'all stay here. Oh, he quit. Sorry.